Moxie Media presents Maritime Security Awareness for the Inland and Coastal Towing Industries, a training program for tug, towboat, and tank barge crew and personnel. The U.S. Coast Guard has developed a complementary terrorist threat level system specifically for the maritime community, utilizing maritime security levels. This three-tiered system is referred to as the MARSEC level, designates the level of risk from terrorist threats against maritime interests. Specific protective measures required for vessels are detailed in various sections of the Maritime Security Regulations that require owners or operators of barges that transport certain dangerous cargoes, CDCs, and other hazardous cargoes defined in the security regulations to have a vessel security plan. With some exceptions, most inland tank barges need security. An additional security responsibility for crew members is to be aware of behavioral patterns and characteristics associated with persons who may threaten maritime security. Some of the characteristics and behavioral patterns that you should look for may include individuals with clothing not suitable, normal, or appropriate for the situation. For example, overcoats in hot weather, or the wearing of oversized clothing which may hide objects. Persons that act uncomfortable and are not familiar with the terminology or routine work practices appropriate for the situation and have trouble communicating. Any individual that cannot explain the reason for being in the area or cannot identify his or her current employer. Personnel that are unable to provide. MARSEC Level 1 requires vessel operators to maintain minimum appropriate protective security measures to be maintained at all times. This is the minimum level security for routine maritime operations. As a towboat crew member, it is important to closely monitor your surroundings throughout the watch. Be attentive and respond with caution to the following scenarios. The loss of the written vessel security plan or standard operating procedures. Recreational boaters that appear in distress and are requesting that you stop the tow to assist. Stolen vendor or law enforcement uniforms. Use of U.S. Coast Guard or other law. Towboat and tank barge crews must be familiar with recognizing and detecting dangerous substances and devices that could be used to launch a terrorist attack. Weapons, explosives, incendiary devices, and contraband are prohibited on towing vessels, barges, and in facilities. Even large knives not normally used aboard a towboat as a tool must. In accordance with 33 CFR 104, some general security measures that apply to all vessels include, but are not limited to, the following conditions. Positive identification of all personnel boarding the vessel. This includes all vessel crew members. Identification may include a government-issued ID card, such as a driver's license, passport, or merchant mariner's document. Employer-issued ID cards are also acceptable. All ID cards must include the holder's full name, a photo, issuing authority, and be laminated or tamper-proof. All personnel seeking to board the boat or barge must have a valid reason for doing